Hello students, welcome back to my channel Infinity Minds where maths is made easy. Today we shall be doing Ganita Manjari second chapter linear polynomials part 3. In this part we shall be concluding the topic. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, let's quickly summarize on what all we have studied. As I had already told you in the previous video that we have completed the topic and the last exercise, end of chapter exercise, is a revision exercise. So the key points will be degree 1 is a linear polynomial. It's a polynomial in one variable, degree 1. The graph is always a straight line. Y equals to ax plus b. A represents the slope and b is the y-intercept. Which lines are parallel? The ones having same slope, different y-intercepts are parallel. Where the slope is a positive gives you a slope of graph of linear growth, and if your slope is negative, it's a linear decay. All this has been explained very nicely in the previous videos. Let's begin with the exercise. Question number 1. Write a polynomial of degree 3 in variable x in which the coefficient of x square of the term x square is -7. Okay, children, let us first recall as to how would you have a polynomial. The degree has to be 3. Degree referred to the highest value of the variable at that time in that expression. So a general form can be written as ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. What have I tried to write? Basically, an expression where it's a expression in a single variable x. The highest power is 3 and rest of it follows. In the decreasing order of the powers, we always have our expressions. So there it is basically same question we have done, but now there is a certain condition given that coefficient of x square is -7. That means the value of b here would be -7. The highest variable I have to take x cube, that I cannot change. As I've been told, it has to be degree 3. You can't have a degree 4 then. In that case, you can change rest of them. After this, rest is all your choice. Even if you don't have them, whether you have them, whatever coefficient you give to them, these two become your compulsory things. The extra condition which is there, condition needs to be satisfied. There are basically two conditions in a way given. You have to create a polynomial degree 3, coefficient for x square, and yes, it has to be variable x, it has to be a single variable. All those facts we have satisfied. Rest is your choice. You can tweak the answer as per your wish. Let's see, what have I given coefficient. So b becomes -7, x cube minus 7x square plus 2x plus 1. Any polynomial of degree 3 with -7 as the coefficient of x square is correct. That's what is needed. Okay, simple. Let's go to the next question. Okay, yes, in fact, before proceeding, I would like you all to just give it a thought. I'm giving one number. I'm giving an expression. Say, it's an expression. Okay, say polynomial variable x only. I have x by, say, root x. If I say root x plus 3, it's an expression in variable x, single variable. Can we call it a polynomial? Okay, the answer to this would be no. We've all studied polynomials with degree, that we will be doing polynomials with degree 1, which is called a linear polynomial. Then we also studied expression having degree 2 is your quadratic, degree 3 is cubic, and so on. And in this chapter, we shall be concentrating more on linear and so on. Yes. What about this? Here, the power of the variable is half. Okay, square root means power half. So, no, this is not a polynomial. Polynomial are considered when the values of the variables are supposed to be whole numbers. Okay, whole numbers. Of course, with power 1 is our main emphasis. This is 2. What about this? 5 by x. Can such an thing be called as a polynomial in variable x? Answer to this would also be no, as 5 by x means 5 into x to the power -1. Remember exponents class 8? Negative becomes positive on taking reciprocal. So the reverse of that. Here the power of x is 1. As it will go up, it will become a -1. So again, as the power is a -1, it is not a whole number. So no. This is one key point. Just some little but for your knowledge base, you must know. Okay, clear? We shall move ahead now. Question number 2, very very simple. Find the values of the polynomials at the indicated values of the variables. Okay, so this is an expression in power, highest power is 2. Such an polynomial would be called as quadratic. Wherever you have x, put the value 1. I don't think much explanation is also needed. 5 into 1 square is 5, minus 3 plus 7. 7 plus 5, 12, minus 3, 9. Variable is tree, cubic expression 4. Yes, the value being given to the variable is again a variable. No need to get confused, children. In place of t, you replace t by a. It will be a 4a cube minus a square plus 6. Simply. Just in place of t, a is coming. A could have been any number, but no. Just to confuse you, another variable is being replaced by variable only. Doesn't matter, we will just simply follow what is correct. Okay, going to the next one. Now those word problems of linear equations. This is a simple one. There are one or two different ones also in the exercise that we'll cover up. Question number 3. If we multiply a number by 5 by 2, let the number be x, multiplying by 5 by 2, and add 2 by 3 to the product. 5 by 2 into x is the product only. Sometimes it is used to the new number obtained. That is to this only, 2 by 3. We get minus 7 by 12. So the equation is correct, clear? 5 by 2 times x. X is multiplied by 5 by 2. Add 2 by 3. Answer is minus 7 by 12. So solve this equation now. How should one solve? The constant 2 by 3 will go to the other side and become minus 2 by 3. Minus 7 by 12 minus 2 by 3, children. LCM will come 12. It's a minus 7. Minus 3 will go 4 times. 4 into 2, 8. Integers. The base of maths is integers right from class 6. Your integers should be strong. Minus 7 minus 8 is minus 15 by 12. Suggested you can reduce this, or probably in the next step. So 5 by 2 times is minus 5 by 12. So these are all steps to explain how you can solve. If your 5 by 2 is this, the variable x has to get rid of 5 by 2. It will go to the other side and multiply with 2 by 5. Now you can reduce. Your answer will come minus half. Clear? We'll move to the next. Question 4. A positive number is 5 times another number. So if one is x, other will be 5x. Number is 5 times. If 21 is added to both the numbers. You know, children, long back in the old syllabus, this is a question picked up straight from class 8 NCRT. It used to be in old syllabus class 8. There's another one also, the next one. Both of them are picked up from 8th. They have been cancelled. They have been added to class 9. Even the numbers are same. If 21 is added to both the numbers, so x will also become 21. This is like that Salil and her mother's question, that after 5 years the ages. So both are increasing by 21. One is 5 times the other. That same was given in the form of age questions. That mother is 3 times the son. Now one number is 5 times. If you add 21 to both, then one of the new numbers become twice the other new number, because now the numbers they would be considered new. So is twice. Now children, see, obviously the bigger will become twice of the smaller. It's quite obvious that x plus 21 is supposed to be smaller than 5x plus 21 as far as positive numbers are concerned. Ideally, the question should carry positive integers. For positives, for negative, sometimes opposite also happens. Anyways, the easiest way, without confusing yourself, best way to proceed is that obviously 5 times would be greater. So this will become twice of this. Bracket opening, children, 2x. Number outside. I keep revising some old concepts in between, okay, without mentioning. This is distributive property. Number outside will multiply with each of the term inside. 2x plus 42, twice of 21, 42. Now numbers one side, variables the other. 42 minus 21 will come this side, become minus. 2x will go there, become minus. 5 minus 2, 3x. This is 21. 3x is 21, so 1x would be divided by 3, x equals to 7. Now, if one number is 7, the other is supposed to be 5 times 35. Clear? So, the original numbers are 7 and 35. If the word new numbers are asked, find the new numbers, then you would respectively add 21 and present your answer. Okay, all these are small catches in your question. When questions come, you should know what exactly is being asked. Clear? Let's go to the next one. Yes, this is okay. No, so not this one, the next one I'm waiting. Anyways, this is the growth and the decay question. If you have rupees 800, the pattern question that we were doing in the previous videos, if you have rupees 800 and you save, so you have 200, 250 every month. 250 the first month, 250 second month, 250 third month, 250 fourth month. Means the first month you saved 250. It's a saving, you're not spending. Next month, 2 times 250 will be there in your piggy bank, whatever you call it. Okay, you put a 250. Second month you put another 250. Third month another 250. So 250 coming every month means basically these many 250s you will have. At the end of fourth month, you will have 4 times 250. So at the end of 6th month, you will have 250 6 times. So the total money will become 800 plus 1500. 2 years has 24 months in it. So 250 will go 24 times. 6,000, that is 6,800. What about pattern? What is the pattern that you can crack in this? You started with 800. 250 into 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is 250 into any variable? 250n as per the number of month. Or you could use the variable t, time. Clear? 250 once, twice, thrice, 4 times. Initial 800 plus 250n. Okay, all the notes are already provided. You can stop the video and make a note of these slides. Let's go ahead. Going to the next question. Yeah. Yes, this one is another one, the one I was talking about, picked up from class 8 textbook, but now put in class 9. The digits of a two-digit number differ by 3. Let me just read out. If the digits, it is a sort of an important question, slightly tricky also. If the digits are interchanged and the resulting number is added to the original number, we get 143. Find the numbers. Okay, let us start understanding. It's a two-digit number. Two-digit number, children, give me any example of a two-digit number. Any number, say 23. Any number at random you pick up. 23 can be written as 20 plus 3. Any other number you tell me. 41, 40 plus 1, 92, 90 plus 2. Okay. What are two-digit numbers after all? Two-digit number starts from 10 up till 99. Two-digit number starts from 10 to 99, right? So any number that you pick up in between can be broken up as this. You will say, what is there? Of course, ma'am, it can be broken up. These are like your primary classes expanded form, no? When you write 20 plus 800 plus 20 plus 3, those things. So individual place value of the digit has been written. It's a 2 tens plus 3 ones, 4 tens plus 1 ones, 9 tens plus 2 ones. Obviously, yes. So how can they further be written? 2 into 10 plus 3, 4 into 10 plus 1. The digit at the tens place into 10, place value I am writing, plus the digit at the units place, which is of course into ones. That also you could write probably. 2 tens plus 3 ones, 4 tens plus 1 ones, 9 tens plus 2 ones. So what do we realize in the entire process? What are we trying to say after all? By giving you so many examples, I am only trying to say that there is a tens that is common in a two-digit number. Tens which is common, ones is also common. Tens. 2, 4, these would change as per the digit. So it would not be wrong if I call it 10 into value of the variable plus another variable. Yes, it is y into 1, but that doesn't have much role to play as such. It is simply, you can call it 10x plus y, because anything into 1 is okay. That is anyways, of course it is true. 10x plus y. It won't be wrong to give a general, this is your algebra in a way. This is algebra what you are making use of. 10x plus y. Any two-digit number could be expressed as a 10x plus y, where x is the digit at the tens place. 10 into 4. So it's a 40 plus whatever 1. If x is 9, 10 into 9, 90 plus y is 2. If x takes the value 9, y takes the value 2, what will you get? 10 into 9 plus 2. 90 plus 2, 92, where you started from. Getting my point? So, of course, now crux of the matter is learn it. Any two-digit number is to be, all this is for your understanding, not in the test you're going to sit and write all of this. You have to learn that any two-digit number is to be defined mathematically as 10x plus y, where x and y are the digits at the tens and the units place respectively. So now it is talking about digits getting interchanged. Now digits are getting interchanged. That is, if it is at 92, the number is going to become 29. That I am interchanging the digits. So in terms of algebra, if it's a 10x plus y, I would write it as 10y plus x, where you should be clear that this you are assuming as the original digit, then this is going to be the digits reversed. Number defined with digits reversed. It can be vice versa, no problems. You start with one thing and the digits reversed will be presented. Okay. So let's go through. Let the digit at the tens place be x and this is y. It becomes original number 10x plus y. Number with digits interchanged, interchange number, new number 10y plus x. Let's see if they are added. So add them, 10x plus y, original number to be added to the new number, and the resulting number, it's a 143. This is framing of your equation. Okay. This is framing of equation. Let's solve. Like variables, 10 like terms, 10x plus 1x, 11x, 10y plus 1y, 11y. Okay, 11 can be taken common. So all these are absolutely fine. Whichever step you can stop, not a problem. Problem is there are two variables. We know how to solve in one variable. So there must be some other condition help also given in the question. Okay. Whether you stop at 10x or 11 times, this I can explain. 11 goes to the denominator. Any one of them can be marked as equation number 1. Problem comes, where is the other equation? The digits, it is written, okay, the digits differ by 3. You will always find there would be some other condition also given. The digits differ by 3. So this is your equation number 2, which you have to make use of, x minus y. You have got x plus y and this is now x minus y. Now you can solve them. There's no harm. You can certainly solve them. Okay. Let's move ahead. Adding 1 and 2. Just see. If x minus y and x plus y, if I add these two, x and x will become 2x and these two shall cancel. So 2x will become 16. Putting them together, x is an 8. Once you have x, putting in any of the equation shall get you the value of y. So the digits are 8 and 5. But is it? So of course, it is going to be 85 or 58. But you need to know what have you started. They are, of course, each other's digits are interchanged. We started with 10x plus y. So if x is 8, it is going to be this 80 plus 5. This would be considered as the original number and this is your new number. If you add them, you get a 143 and difference of the digits is 8 minus 5, 3. All of this has been done in the question. Okay, so the key is to learn 10x plus y and accordingly proceed. Yeah, practice this. Coming to the next question, number 7. Yes, we did a lot of graphs in the second video, part 2, which I have shared. It's the absolutely same, another one to practice. There's nothing difficult about it. Draw the graph of the following equations. Just the question is quite lengthy. Identify their slopes and y-intercepts. Find the coordinates where the lines cut the y-axis. Are any of the lines parallel? Even before beginning the chapter, we revised in the summary points. When are the lines parallel? When are the lines parallel? Which have equal slopes and different y-intercepts. Remember? Different y-intercepts. Also, you have already been asked that what are the slopes and intercepts. So let's find out. What is the equation? Equation is your y equals to ax plus b. That is your main equation always. That is, so y is equal to minus 3x plus 4. Very clearly, here the slope is minus 3 and y-intercept is 4. Very clear, simple, straightforward. But the things are not so straightforward in the next ones. Y equals to a, 2y cannot be called as y, children. 2y is 2y. So we must convert our equation to this form. If 2y is this, what will be single y? That is, I take the coefficient 2 to the RHS. So I shall divide, it will become half. If your 2y is this, your equation becomes like this, which is a half is for each one of them. 4 divided by 2 is a 2x plus a 7 by 2, or you could call it a 3.5. Okay, this way, or 2x plus 3.5. So y is equal to ax plus b. Value of a is 2. You can't call it 4. Okay, slope is 2. And 3.5 or 7 by 2 will be considered as the y-intercept. Similarly for the other ones, 5 will go there, it will be a 6 by 5 slope, minus 10 by 5, that will be minus 2 as the y-intercept. And similarly for them. Then, which of them have equal slopes? For the lines to be parallel, which of them have equal slopes? Here if I calculate y, 6 by 3 2x minus 11 by 2 or a 5.5. These two, both of them have equal slopes and different y-intercepts. Equation number 2 and 4, even before plotting, we can know they are going to come parallel. Okay, they are going to come parallel. That is one. So slope y-intercepts are done. Lines parallel is done. Of course, we are going to plot. What else is left? Where are the lines going to cut y-axis? Have you ever thought if a line cutting y-axis, a line is far apart, tell me any point lying on the y-axis. What can be the point location for a line lying on the y-axis? The x coordinate is going to be 0, children, if a point lies on the y-axis. Cutting y-axis means lying, that is the x coordinate is going to be 0. So, where are these going to cut the y-axis? Every line will have to be checked separately. This one, if your x becomes 0, y becomes 4. So, it will cut at 0, 4. And like this, we are going to complete this. Okay. Let's quickly go through the answer slide. Comparing it to y equals to ax plus b, slope is minus 3, the y-intercept is 4. Clear? Where will it cut the y-axis? Just make this one go. X is not there anymore now. X is to be put as 0. If x is a 0, this whole thing becomes 0. You obtain y equals to 4. So it shall cut at the point 0, 4. Next, dividing both by 2, we just discussed 2x plus 7 by 2. This will come your slope. This is your y-intercept. Putting x equals to 0, y comes 7 by 2. 0, 3.5 it will cut. Next, 6 by 5x, 10 divided by 5 will become 2, children. So this is your slope. This is your y-intercept. The minus has to be taken along. Don't forget to take the minus, because as y is equal to ax plus b, it's a plus. So it's a 6 by 5x to be added to minus 2. That is how you present it. That is what is the catch. Okay. 0, minus 2 it will cut. Lastly, the 2x minus 11 by 3. If y becomes 0, if x becomes 0, minus 11 by 3. I hope that's clear. Lines are parallel if they have the same slopes. Equation number 2 and 4, both of them carry same slope 2. Done. Now coming to the last, even those who've gone through the second part video don't require any help for this. So each equation, the points will have to be plotted. Of course, a very lengthy question. Children, the entire question cannot come, but probably 2-line equations and all these questions could come. That tell the slope, intercept, where does it cut the y-axis, where can it cut the x-axis. All those questions can come. Of course, 4 equations practically don't come. It is a question in the book, but still. Okay, anyways, move ahead. So going through this table, x and y, we put the value. Our favorite point, we always take one of them, 0 comma 0. Okay children, looking at each one of them, they all carry y-intercept. You remember in the last video I told you y equals to ax. We first started with these equations, then later on we included this. So equations which are y equals to ax are the ones which pass through the origin, and these, so for them none of them are gonna pass through origin. Even beforehand you should know what you are into. Okay, as such none of them. Why? In case you are getting a 0 comma 0, check, there must have been some calculation error. If I put this 0, and we've already checked where it is cutting the y-axis, one point is very clear to us, 0 comma 4. Now if x takes the value 1 children, so it will be minus 3 into 1 plus 4, which is a minus 3 plus 4. You getting me? Y is minus 3 plus 4. Putting x equals to 1 makes it a minus 3 added to plus 4. That's a 1. So you have to plot 0, comma 4, 1, comma 1, right? 2. Minus 3 into 2, minus 6 plus 4. That gives you minus 2. Coming to this, it's optional. You can continue with this form of equation also for point plotting, but either ways you will ultimately reach the same thing children. Whether I divide or I keep it like that, I am okay both ways. If I take the point 0, it's a 7 by 2 that we had already got. If you take x as 1, so your x becomes 4 plus 7, it's an 11. So you get 2y equals to 11. So of course you have to get the value of y. So 11 by 2 will come. If you feel you will make error, you better convert only. Okay, convert and do the calculations. If x comes to 2 to the 4, 4 plus 7 by 2. 4 plus children, 7 by 2. You will take LCM, 4 to the 8 plus 7, 15 by 2. Like that you will plot, or whichever values you take. I hope you can complete. You can refer to the second part video if you still have doubts over graphs, just in case. You will complete the values. That is how the graphs will come. See, none of them are going to pass through the origin. Line number red and blue are line number 2 and 4 parallel to each other as decided, because their slopes are decided in the sense that the slopes are equal. This line, the green line, y equals to minus 3x plus 4. Slope is negative, so downward looking graph. All the other three have positive slopes, upward looking graphs, two lines parallel. Clear, absolutely none of them passing through. All the conditions will get satisfied. Remember, their conclusions were being asked, observations. Here those are not asked, but we have discussed. Okay, mixture of all of this could be expected in the test. Clear? Okay. Okay, so question number 8. If the temperature of a liquid can be measured in Kelvin units as x degree xk and in Fahrenheit units as y degree Fahrenheit, the relation between the two systems of measurement of temperature is given by the linear equation y is equal to 9 by 5 times x minus 273 plus 32. Find the temperature of the liquid in Fahrenheit if the temperature of the liquid is 313 K. Okay children, so there was a question we had just studied on degree Fahrenheit and degree Celsius some time back. Yes, these are very common terms that we used in our, in India isn't for temperature measuring degree Celsius. Kelvin is a unit for, it is a international system of measuring, scientific unit of international system of measuring temperature in thermodynamic calculations. Okay, it is very similar to your degree Celsius as far as its valuation is concerned. The value of 1 Kelvin is same as 1 degree Celsius. But it is not written as degree, it is just K. Capital K is the unit and there it is degree Fahrenheit. So we shall have K in this question and degree Fahrenheit. That is just for your knowledge. You should be knowing, otherwise you aren't accustomed to reading this. Measured in Kelvin units, XK. Okay. Then now for you, just try and see that Kelvin will be labeled as X and Fahrenheit will be labeled as Y. For you, these are the two variables. Y equals to 9 by 5. Now find the temperature in Fahrenheit. So Fahrenheit, that is Y, will be missing. If the liquid is 313 K, that means the value of X is 313. We are going to make use of this particular equation. This is a ready-made function given to us. Y in terms of X. As per the value of X, the value of Y gets determined. It's a function, input, output, the same things repetitively you will see. Okay. So capital K telling you the value, giving you the value of X. So wherever you have X, you replace it by 313 in this equation. And you have to calculate Fahrenheit, that is Y is missing. So Y is equal to 9 by 5. X gets replaced by 313. Rest of it same, minus 273. This is like a formula, the equation given to you. You are simply going to replace X by 313 because that's K, Kelvin. So bracket solving, 313 minus 273 is 40 units. First 9 by 5 of 40 will be solved. D mass. 5 shall go 8 times, 9 8s are 72 plus 32. So 104 degree Fahrenheit. Clear? Absolutely same is the second part where Y is given, that is degree Fahrenheit is given, and Kelvin is to be calculated, that is X. Okay, going to the next slide. Now if 158 in place of Y, 158 comes, 9 by 5 X minus this, so that solve for X can happen, calculate Kelvin. Transposition, first the 32 shall go, subtract. Now 126 is equal to 9 by 5 times X minus 273, children. So like your linear equation skills, solving, cross multiply. 126 into 5 and 9 will come to the denominator, X minus 273. Simplify and then transpose 273 there. You get a 70 on solving all of this. 70 is equal to this, so 273 goes there. 273 plus 70, 343K. Okay. We'll go to the next question now. Yeah, question number 9 has a very twisted language, but one of the very easy questions. But the wording is very troublesome. Okay. The work done by a body on the application of a constant force is the product of the constant force and the distance traveled by the body in the direction of the force. Seems like a completely question of science, for physics. Express this in the form of an equation in two variables where W work is small w and distance is d, and draw its graph by taking the constant force as 3. What is the work done when the distance traveled is 2 units? Verify it by plotting on the graph. Yes, as I've already told you, the wording can confuse you. Read it 2 to 3 times to yourself. Okay. It is simply saying work done, that is W, is equal to the product. So multiplication of force, that is force, or you write a capital, and the distance. Try to get the main words. When it's a write-up, you have to get the main wordings clear. Work done is the product of force and distance. Distance, they have given the symbol small d. Force, work done, they have given W, small w. So W is equal to force into d. This is sort of your formula, what is getting created. Now constant force is 3 units. There is a constant. Force is a constant 3. So basically what we get is W is equal to 3D. Isn't it? Force is a constant 3. So W is equal to 3D is what we get. What is the work done when the distance is 2? Force is fixed. So your W and D are going to be the variables. Now when the distance is 2, 3 2s are 6. Or if the work done is given, you can calculate the distance. for example. And all of this needs to be plotted on the graph. Okay, let's just see the answer. We know work done is, this is force into distance. This is given in that 4 or 5 line question. This is what they are conveying. Then the symbols given in simple words, W is equal to 3D. Now if D is 2, W becomes 6. Naturally 3 into 2. Now let us plot it on the graph. So what is the distance force graph now after all? If this is 2, work done will be 6. 2 comma 6 becomes your point to be plotted. What is the relationship between this? If one of them is 0, the other would be a 0. They are interdependent on each other. It's an equation of the form y equals to ax, right? So it shall definitely pass through origin. 0 comma 0, 2 comma 6, you can plot this on your own. If the this work done would be, if the force is if the distance is 1, work done would be 3, because 1 into 3 constant force will be work done is, and force is fixed 3, so 1 into 3 would be 3. Okay, graph will get plotted. Point 2 comma 6 lies on a straight line. W is equal to 6 units. It's repetitively saying distance is equal to 2, work done is 6. It's okay. We'll take up question number 10 now. The graph of a linear polynomial px passes through the points 1, 5 and 3, 11. Find the polynomial px. Find the coordinates where the points where the graph px cuts the axis. Draw the graph and verify your answers. First things first, polynomial in x. So what is a polynomial? As we all know, say polynomial in terms of x. What can I call it? It is an expression in terms of x with highest power as 1. So ax plus b, y equals to ax plus b. The y-intercept form in general, we assume, okay, fine, there would be a y-intercept also. There will be a constant of ax plus b. We are assuming this. Now it is passing through these points. Let us utilize this. It is passing through 1, 5, 3, 11. What does it mean passing through 1, 5, 3, 11? That, what is it? After all, this is the value of x, this is the value of y, this is x, this is y. Always these are the x and the y coordinates. So supposedly it passes through. Now what is ax plus b? It is y equals to ax plus b. The entire time the graphs that we have been talking about, input, output, process, value of x determines y and so on. It's a y equals to x plus b. Okay, of course it's a polynomial in terms of x. But it is not wrong. We've been calling y equals to ax plus b. So when x takes the value 1, y will correspondingly take the value 5. That is what we have been talking about, input output process. If I put x equals to 1 here, I shall put y equals to 5 here. When I put x equals to 3 here, I shall put y equals to 11 here. Okay, let us just see. Since it passes through, so first thing, polynomial. It passes through 1, 5 means x takes the value 1. But after all, this is a y. So it becomes 5. So we get the first equation, a plus b, 5. Similarly, it becomes 3a plus b equals to 11. Now I have equations in two unknown variables, two variables to be solved. But as we have already done before, two equations with two variables possible. Single equation with a single variable we solve. So two equations, yes, we can certainly solve. Subtracting equation 1 from 2. Do you know, children, even if you adding will also be able to give you answer. Okay, when you have two equations to solve, addition or subtraction, either of them shall help you solve. Okay, subtraction is one way. You could have also added. You can try that on your own also. Anyways, so let us see now, subtracting one from the other. If I take this one, this is bigger, 11 minus RHS will subtract with respective RHS. 11 minus 5, 6. 3a plus b. Now a plus b as a bracket they will subtract. Okay, 3a plus b, bracket opening, minus a minus b is equal to 6. 3a minus 1a is a 2a and b shall cancel with the b. Clear? 2a, so a comes out to be 3. Once one variable is done, 3 plus b is 5, b is 2. So we get the polynomial 3x plus 2. Okay? Clear? All these questions you need to practice once again. The answers are in front of you. You can revert back play the video as many times and then understand and proceed. But you must practice it on your own. Okay. So sorry, next part of the question. Find the coordinate where the graph px cuts the axis. Now we have got the polynomial. Now where it cuts the axis. Now if a line graph, any line graph cuts an x-axis, what does it mean? It is the y coordinate is 0. If at a point it cuts the y-axis, it means the x-coordinate is 0. That's what it means. Cutting an x-axis, y-coordinate is 0. Meeting y-axis means the x-coordinate is 0. Okay. So one by one we shall do both, assuming it is cutting both. So when putting x equals to 0, cutting the meeting y-axis means meeting y-axis. If a point is lying on the y-axis, its x-coordinate would be 0. So 3x plus 2 is our polynomial. Put x equals to 0, you only obtain 2. That is 0 comma 2 can be one of the coordinates. Okay. Now meeting the x-axis means y coordinate is 0. But what is y? Y is this entire ax plus b. The 3x plus 2 is your y. Try and understand. It's slightly twisted, children. It may for you. Meeting the x-axis means the y-coordinate, y-axis intercept is going to be 0. But what is y-intercept? This entire function, this whole thing, this full polynomial is y. So 3x plus 2 becomes 0. That is x is minus 2 by 3. X is minus 2 by 3 and y is going to be a 0. And with these 2 points, you can plot it on the graph. 0 comma 2, it passes through 0 comma 2 and minus 2 by 3 comma 0. Meeting the y-axis, x coordinate 0. Meeting the x-axis, y coordinate 0. Minus 2 by 3 is like your 0.6. Approximately before minus 1 it has been plotted. You have 2 points sufficient for you to plot. Okay. Rest of the points are optional. I have plotted that, but it is absolute. Even if nothing else, you join these two, your line graph is done. This is what you have to understand. Meeting the axis means when you make it meet the y-axis, put the x coordinate 0, obtain the value of the y coordinate and vice versa. Okay. Let's go to question number 11 now. All these questions of asterisks, yes, they are very challenging, they are twisted, but nonetheless, at Infinity Minds, we understand everything. Question number 11, let Px equals to Ax plus B and Qx equals to Cx plus D. Remember, there also we assumed it on our own. Here they are telling us. So there was one polynomial missing. Now there are two polynomials. Both of them are linear polynomials. That's why he has chosen C and D different from A and B. Ax plus B, Cx plus D are two linear polynomials. Both missing. We have to find both the polynomials. Both are missing, but with certain helps given, such that P of 0 is 5. You understand? P of 0, Px. Wherever is x, you put 0. The value of the expression polynomial y will come out to be 5. It's a 0, 5 basically that has been given. Let us see. We'll make use of this. Okay. Let us read complete reading the question. The polynomial Px minus Qx cuts the x-axis at 3, 0. The sum of the polynomial expression, two polynomials, is equal to 6x plus 4. So what is given? Two unknown polynomials. Their difference, some condition is given. The sum of the polynomials is given. And value of one polynomial at 0 is given. Right? Yes, very twisted for you. Doesn't matter. Let us see how we proceed. Okay. So first things first, P of 0. Ax plus B, I shall put A into 0 plus B. What do I get? B. What is it equal to? We were told it's equal to 5. Okay. So what does the expression becomes actually? That is specific value, and it is ultimately helping you get the value of B. That means the Px can be called as ax plus 5. At least this much is defined. The clarity for b has come. This is one particular value of the variable x equals to 0. It is not actually that is ax plus 5. Okay. Now the little catch in the question is that after the first part, you first have to go to the third part. Either parts are individual or else they are interrelated but in the same order. But here after the first, if we go to the third part, that will help us to solve, and then we can go to the second part. So yes, that's quite twisted for the first time, but nonetheless, okay, we shall make use of these two. This condition that the sum of the two expressions is 6x plus 4. One expression is already little defined for us, and pick up this. Okay, let's see the answer. Step number 1, I've already explained. P of 0 is 5. So put x equals to 0, we get the value of b. So expression becomes ax plus 5. Now using the third condition, sum of the px has now come ax plus 5, cx plus d as it is. Now ax and cx like terms, put them together. 5 and d constant. So let us equate constant with the constant. And let us equate a plus the x with the x. Okay. Let me just, this is slightly overboarding for you. Let me explain, okay. Once again with a so-called different color pen, so that step number 1, we are clubbing the like terms, like ax and cx should come together. Now if it is an x, it is obviously it should match, they are equal after all, children. So this a plus c would become equal to 6 directly, as coefficient of x, constant. 5 plus d is going to be a constant, and so is 4 a constant. 5 plus d shall match with 4. What does it mean? If I say a 5 plus d is equal to 4, so d is equal to minus 1. Getting my point? D is equal to minus 1 in that case. So we will make use of that. I'm just trying to adjust a little bit. D is equal to minus 1. We will put that in this. So our next expression becomes Cx minus 1. This also we will make use of. Anyways, let us proceed. This will come to the next slide now. Where coefficient of x equated to x, constant equated to constant. Let's go to the next slide. We get constant to constant, we get d equals to minus 1. Cx minus, so qx is also defined little bit the way px was defined. So px was your 3a plus 5 because that b got solved. Now the value of d has got solved. So these are the two equations you are getting because using p3 minus q3. It is saying the value, this is basically your x coordinate, this is your y. So your x takes the value, wherever you have x, put 3. Wherever you have x, put 3. So this becomes 3c minus 1. And similarly, it was an ax plus 5. Ax plus 5 becomes 3a plus 5. Cx minus 1 becomes 3ac minus 1. So we get two equations. Again, two unknown equations. So two unknowns with two, you can add or subtract to get the values. But we won't get the value, we will get another condition. A minus C. There was already a condition A plus C which we got from this. We got a condition A plus C here, the way coefficient of x with the x. This was one of the conditions, and this is the next condition that we are getting, A minus C. So two variables, two equations, we can solve this. You are now doing for the third time, I believe. So this should be comfortable. Adding both of them, plus C cancels with minus C. 6 minus 2, 4. So A, the value of A comes 2. Solving gives you the value of C. There, clear now. A and C are also done. So our expression was ax plus b was already done. Now a has come, cx plus d was solved. Now c has come. Okay. Yes, it's quite a twisted question. I will not deny. Just make sure to practice it. Let's go to the next one. Question number. Okay, so the next question number 12. Look at the first three stages of a growing pattern of hexagons made using matchsticks. A new hexagon gets added at every stage, which shares a side with the last hexagon of the previous stage. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Okay, students, so what is a hexagon? It is a six-sided figure. Since it is made up of matchsticks, they are basically trying to say that all sides are equal. Yes, so that is a regular hexagon that it is talking about. Now, for making a six-sided diagram, you're using six matchsticks. So, for a single diagram stage, if you're for making one diagram, you're requiring six. So, we can simply go in multiples of six as per the number of shapes, those many multiples of six. But no, here there is a catch that these are joint hexagons. Two hexagons are sharing one particular side. So it is not that instead of 6 into 6, 6 plus 6, 12, 6 into 2, 12. They are rather one side is getting used as a common side. So a matchstick is not being used. Instead of 12, they happen to use 11 matchsticks to create this. 5 are this side, 5 are this side, and the sixth side is getting common. 5, 5, 10, and 1 common, total of 11. So for making one such shape, matchsticks required are 6, but for making two, it isn't 12. Instead, it is 1 less than 12, 12, 11. So similarly, now for making three such joint hexagons, if you can count, there would be 5. Actually, the best way to count is it is an extension. The previous one till then, till stage 2 is already clear. We will be making use of 11 matchsticks plus another 5 if you count. Okay, you can of course individually count. This is a total of 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, it will be a total of 16 matchsticks that are needed, which is in front of you. Of course, you can count. And similarly, if you create more such shapes, every time 5 more matchsticks will be needed. Like if I create a fourth stage here using one of the sticks as a common. If I create a stage out here, so this would be considered as one of the sides of the joint, the new hexagon that I'm trying to create, with this as the overlapping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So even if stage 4 comes, till this there were 16 were already counted and I have made 5 now new ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had to put 5 more sticks in order to continue the pattern. So every time it is an addition of 5 which would be done to continue. You can try and make, but that is what you will find. So fine, the first one starting with 6 and then it's a plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. But then by find a rule to determine how many will be required for the nth stage, that gives you a pattern basically. If you know what it is, then as per the situation, the number of items you want to create, it will help you get the answer. Simply, once the pattern is clear, everything is done. Okay, so can you think of how will it happen? Let me explain to you. There are differences of 5. Yes, no doubt they are. What else is the catch here? If you notice, a 6 can be written as 1 plus 5. 11 will be a 1 plus 10. 16 is a 1 plus 15. 1 plus 20 and so on. All of them can be broken up as 1 plus. Of course, you will say, ma'am, that of course we can break. Then what is the difference about it? Why are we breaking? It is this. When you break it as 1 plus, it is not just plus. You are getting pattern. You are getting multiples of a particular number also. 1 plus the ones I'm circling. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yes, that's the table of 5 going on. In fact, at the place, the stage number which it is, if it's the fifth, 5 into 5, 25. 4, 5 into 4, 20. 5 into 3, 15. Yes, it's very much simply the table of 5 is going on. And 1 plus is a clear constant. So as per the pattern that we detect, it is 1 plus is a constant throughout in every stage and the multiple of 5. 5 ones are 5 twos are 5 threes are 5 fours are 5 fives are. So 5 into n, that's a 5n. Okay. So 1 plus 5n, or we call it 5n plus 1, is the answer to this pattern. Whether you call it a pattern or the number of sticks required at the nth stage and so on. Okay, 5n plus 1 shall be the answer. Have you realized how there is a side which is common? Count the total number of sides, break it as 1 plus the pattern of 5 comes. Okay, such questions are also possible with other shapes. I can put a pentagon with side being shared. Hexagon had 6 sides. Remember the trick. It's a 1 plus 5n, 6-sided hexagon. If say similar thing comes with pentagon sharing sides, pentagon is a 5-sided. In that case, it will come out to be 1 plus 4n. Okay, you can try that out. Let's complete the question. How many matchsticks will be required? 15 sets. So n takes the value 15. 5s are 75 plus 1. 76 matchsticks will be needed. Yes, this is a good one. Can 200 matchsticks be possible? Would be possible at any of the stage? Can I have the answer as 200? That is provided my pattern. Then you will have to put this 5n plus 1. The pattern is equal to 200. Why are we doing this? And then we are solving as a linear equation, getting the value of n. What is n after all? These are the number of sides that you could get. Okay, these are the number of sides. Now, if side is not a whole number, we are talking about matchsticks. We are not going to break the matchsticks. So if had it been supposedly 40, say n is equal to 40. So for making 40 such shapes, I shall require 40 into 5, 200 plus 1. 201 matchsticks are required to make 40 such shapes. Yes, that is fine. But if I get only 200, so I could make 39 hexagons and the 40th will not be complete. 39.8 is not a valid answer. We need to have a whole number answer. Okay, so that is why. My pen has got stuck. We'll move to the next question now. Question number 13. Yes, similar to your question 11, children, in between I'm going in the order, actually order of the textbook. Otherwise, after question 11, question 13 is in continuation. Let px equals to ax plus b. There we had solved for one polynomial. Here there are two polynomials and both happen to be missing. Let px equals to ax plus b, qx equals to cx plus d be two linear polynomials such that the graph of px passes through 2, 3 and 6, 11. The graph of px passes through 2, 3 and 6, 11. The graph of qx passes through 4, minus 1. Graph of qx is parallel to graph of px. Find the polynomials px and qx. Also find the coordinates of the point where these lines meet the x-axis. Yes, it's a tricky question. Okay, it is quite a challenging question. Practice will make you perfect. Let us proceed. Px. Ax plus b. By now we know it's a function. Y is equal to ax plus b. It passes through value of x is 2, value of y. When you put the value of x as 2, the value of the function, input, output, that machine question diagram, it will come out to be 3. That is, if I put 2 in place of a plus b, the value of the function will come out to be 3. And similarly, I will be able to get an equation from this. Let's just straight away start. Since px is ax plus b, cx plus d passes through this. Passing means in place of x, put this. I am getting an equation 2a plus b equals to 3. Sure, fine. Similarly, I get another equation. Same for px only. It is also passing through this point. That when x takes the value 6, 6a plus b is equal to 11. Again, same thing. Now, infinity mind students will be clear. Two equations, two variables. We can solve. We can certainly solve. Supposedly, I decide that I subtract this one. Bigger minus smaller. 2a will get subtracted from 6a. I get a 4a. Single b will get subtracted from single b. B cancels b. It's a 0. 3 will get subtracted from 11. See, it's like 6a plus b expression subtracts 2a plus b. LHS to LHS, RHS to RHS subtraction. So, bracket opening, it's a 6a plus b minus 2a minus b is equal to 8. B cancels with a b. 4a equals 8. A is equal to 2. Once your a is 2, once your a is 2, just little bit my pen is creating a problem. A is coming out to be 2. You can solve for the value of b by putting it in any of these. A is 2. 2 2s are 4. 2a plus b equals 3. Now if a is 2, it's a 4 plus b equals to 3. So b is equal to 3 minus 4, that is b is equal to minus 1. Now we can get the value of the polynomial ax plus b. A is 2, so it's a 2x minus 1. One polynomial is done. Now let us go to the next polynomial. So there was a condition. Now we were told that the two line graphs are parallel. Parallel means the slopes will be equal. Now your qx is cx plus d. Remember, qx is given to be cx plus d. That means this c also becomes 2 because you will share the same slope. Your px has come out to be 2x minus 1 and your qx is a cx plus d. Now if two line graphs are parallel means they have the same slope. That means c is equal to 2. So it is done. So this becomes 2x plus d. At least some part is solved. We shall solve for d now. So now it is given single point because variable is also left is only 1. So this passes through 4 comma 1. That means in place of x you will put a 4. 2 4s are 8 plus d and the value of function will be minus 1. So d becomes minus 9 now. So the expression polynomial becomes 2x minus 9. Clear? See, the lines were parallel. They have the same slope. One equation is done, 2x minus 1. The other is cx minus d. Again, there are two variables. One of them, it is solving you by telling the slope is equal. See, every time some information will be given. In this question, px, qx, it is ax plus b and this is a cx plus d. So, a, b, c, d. You actually have to solve for 4 unknowns turn by turn. Okay. So, that is why for that they gave us 2 points it passes through. Then it is given that it has the same slope, so that has helped us to solve for the value of c. And now we shall solve for the value of d. How it passes through the 4, the value comes out to be minus 1. So solving for d, it comes out to be 2x minus 9. Now the last. So as such the equations are done. Px and qx is done. Now you also have to find the points where they meet the axis. So on line meeting x-axis, what does it mean? That means the y coordinate is 0. Right? That's what it means. Any line px 2x minus 1 is meeting the y-axis. That means y coordinate is 0. Now y becomes equal to 0, that is value of the function. Polynomial px becomes 0. After all, that means px becomes 0. That is 2x minus 1 becomes 0. X becomes half. So you can say half comma 0 because meeting x-axis means y will be 0. And similarly for qx you can calculate. It will pass through 2x equals to 9, x equals to 9 by 2, 4.5 comma 0. Hence the x-intercepts are 1 by 2 comma 0 and 9 by 2 comma 0. Okay. All these asterisk questions specially require thorough practice. Go through the slides again. We shall now take up the last question of the exercise, question number 14. What do all linear functions of the form fx equals to ax plus a greater than 0 have in common? Now see children, it is in a way conclusion to all the hard work we have put in for drawing all our graphs, all the linear function graphs that we have drawn. We've been talking about their relationships, the graphs, graphs of growth, graphs of linear decay, graphs, what all have we talked about? Graphs passing through the origin and so on. What all are the factors that decide uh, y is equal to ax plus b? This is your slope, that is the y-intercept. If it has a positive slope, it will be a graph of growth. If it has a y-intercept, it cannot pass through origin. Remember, these are very basics we were repetitively doing, right? We shall just have a look, conclude and all those points. Ax plus a, or you can write it like this, either ways. First point, we can talk about the slope. Since slope is positive, it would be a graph of growth. Second, we can yes, you can of course talk about that it does not pass through origin, but in turn that indicates as to then what does it pass through. What does it pass through? If it is not passing through origin, it must be meeting the axis at some point. So let us see. If we talk about the y-intercept, if we put x equals to 0, value of the function at 0, so function is your ax plus a. If I decide I want to put the y-axis, point where the line meets the x-axis, that is x comma 0. N number of times I've been talking about this, okay? When it is meeting the x-axis, the y would be 0. That means you want to put the value of the function also equal to 0. That is ax is equal to minus a, x is equal to minus 1. So you will get that it passes through minus 1 comma 0. That can be one way of our conclusion. Another conclusion, where can it meet my y-axis? If it is going like this, where can it meet the y-axis? If it will meet the y-axis, what would be 0? Your x is going to be 0. Any line meeting the y-axis, the x-coordinate will be 0. A line meeting the x-axis, the y-coordinate will be 0. So putting y 0 means value of the function is 0. So that gives you exact value of minus 1. That means the graph will surely pass through all graphs of the type ax plus a. See, it's a graph having equal slope equal to the y-intercept. Anyways, so and also that it's not it is containing a y-intercept. It passes through minus comma 1. And secondly, if you put x equals to 0, when you decide I wish to calculate for it is passing through y-axis, if your x becomes 0, what does it become? Ax plus a, x is 0, only a is left, right? After all, your value of the function f at 0 is how much? A into 0 plus a, that means f of 0 is a. So when x will take the value 0, it will take the value a for some value. It will surely pass through 0 comma a. That we are trying to say. Of course, we cannot predict the a as per the value of a. The a which would be given. Clear? So first is you calculate putting x equals to 0. You get f of 0. You can calculate that to be equal to a. So it passes through 0 comma a. It cuts the y-axis above the origin. Second, to calculate this, when you put for calculating when it meets the x-axis, that is value of the function is 0, y is 0, fx is 0. There you can get clear value of x to be minus 1. So it passes through minus comma 1 and 0 comma a. So now what is the conclusion after all? That all such line graphs ax plus a will have a positive slope, graph of growth. It will cut the y-axis above the origin 0 comma a, and basically it will meet the axis at 0 comma a minus 1 comma 0. Also you could include it does not pass through the origin. Ideally this can come before, and to support this these 2 points would be there. It doesn't pass, in turn what does it pass through? And it passes through these two. Okay, so with that we come to the end of this chapter, linear polynomials in one variable. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. All concepts are clear. Practice thoroughly and see you in the next video. Keep liking and subscribe to my channel. Thank you everyone.